to give you information about, things like data protection, privacy. Remember the name of the competition is Code for Privacy.
Yeah.
So the center of the theme is really privacy, right? So how can we use technology to enhance the privacy of the people around us, of businesses, especially now that we have a data protection law in Nigeria. So we want to make sure that we want to give students an opportunity to have a platform where they are positively channeling their skill set in technology, where they are learning new things. We even have classes on project management, cyber security, online use and trust. We have a particularly new webinar that is going to be on public speaking.
Wow.
So there's a lot in store for all those who are participating in the Code for Privacy Hackathon.
Now let's look, Ms. Emmanuel, let's look at the Code for Privacy Hackathon. Is it for only students that you have trained, or any students can be part of it?
Well, like Chidera said, it's open to all young undergraduates schooling in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, Africa.
Yeah.
So particularly not people that we have trained, because we're in degenerate tech age, just like we said earlier.
Yeah.
So our intention is to ensure that every Nigerian student, despite your discipline, and when Chidera was introducing herself, you can see that she has a law background. So irrespective of your discipline, you can easily transit to technology.
Yes.
So it's open to everybody, not necessarily people that will have trained. Everybody.
Okay. Now let's look a little, Madam Chidera, the themes, like for the challenges. What are the participants going to be working on?
All right. So we already have some applications that have been coming in. People have been applying. In terms of the challenges that they're working on, they're going to be very exciting. We're going to have people working on intersection of AI and data protection, privacy enhancing technologies. We're going to ask people to come up with solutions, that improve data subject rights, things that touch on issues, about how can we ensure that when people are online, for instance, they are aware of the kind of information that they are sharing, that they are aware of the kind of information that is being collected about them. Last year our participants, especially the winners, came up with this technology called chain votes. And how it came about is because we had that competition just after the election, and so they had this issue that they shared with the panel back then, and they said, how come after the election there were people, we would go around to the market and we'll see these long pieces of paper with people's faces and names. That shouldn't be. So that means you can actually track who voted where, and it's easy to manipulate votes through that. And so leveraging on blockchain technology, they were able to come up with the winning technology for last year. So a lot of amazing innovations came out from last year, and we're hoping to see even more this year.
Exactly. And I like this particular idea, and somebody is listening right now and maybe they have thought of something similar, and this is a platform for you to be able to showcase that idea that you have. Now, for the previous winners, before we go ahead, how old, within what range of age?
So last year we had people participating between the age of 18 and 20 something.
Yes.
Because we usually target those that are in universities. Yes. So you have people starting from the age of 18.
Yes.
And then moving up to maybe 21, 22. As long as you are an undergraduate in the university, the competition is open to them.
Wow, this is really amazing, and I hope that you will want. I'm thinking, and I want to challenge somebody that is not up to 18, that has that amazing idea, that might just want to, just give it a shot and all of that. Now, if we're looking at, some of those ideas, like you said, what are they, like what do they stand to get at the end of the contest?
All right. So first things first, the experience is worth it.
Okay.
I promise you.
Yes.
We have a lineup of judges and mentors for this year. Last year we had a lot of mentors. We had over 20 mentors. They were from data protection and privacy,
Yes.
cyber security, project management. There were a lot of them. I mean, we had people like CEOs of banks. We had founders of companies, of startups. You know, we had people who were actively practicing as data protection officers, cyber security, intelligence threats,
Yes.
you name it. You know, and this year we have special mentors. Especially, I'm excited about the public speaking, because last year we noticed that when you tell the students to come up with a pitch, their pitches were excellent, but speaking to the pitch became an issue. So this year we've decided to, you know, round up a very good team of public speakers who are going to train the students. So the first thing you get out of this is training. The second thing you get out of this is experience. And this experience is something that you can put on your curriculum vitae, your CV, your resume, right? And there are other opportunities, things like incubation. Yes. So you don't even have to be the winner.
Exactly.
As long as you have a good idea, and you know, we have a lot of partners that are saying we're looking out for ideas that are unique, and if they touch on what our organization is all about, then we are going to be willing to give you incubation. Some people have offered us internship opportunities for the winners, you know, and there's so much that comes out of it, the exposure, the visibility. Some of the winners last year, they had never been out of Ibadan. Last year was their first time coming to Abuja. They met us at Hilton. They were so excited. You know, it's a lot of exposure that they stand to gain. The winners were there with their parents. We received them on stage. We put them up in the hotel. They had a very good time. And then the grand prize. So right now the grand prize stands at 750,000 naira.
Wow.
But I'm very, very hopeful that this year we're going to get a lot of sponsors. We're going to get a lot of partners. And by the time you look at the prize money at the end of the day, cumulatively, we're looking at over 1 million naira, which is huge.
Wow. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And yes.
Yeah, just to add to what
That's
Chidera
right.
has just said, apart from the mentorship and the experience, they also have the opportunity to network or have scholarship grants globally. The last set of finalists last year, some of them now are working in top data protection compliance companies. Some of them were able to have scholarship grants. You know, they're all doing well, you know, and we also provide them opportunity to have that mentorship experience with our network of professionals, which is a global body. You know, the experience is worth, you know, taking the pains.
What do I need to be able to enroll for this hackathon?
Just be an undergraduate, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, just from your team, and you know, for this, you know, spirit of inclusivity.
Yes.
So ensure that every team has one woman.
Oh, okay. So the team boys, you should look for a girl to add.
But we're also encouraging all girls team. We want to see what they can do.
Yes.
But we won't encourage them, you know.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's right. Now, one of the reasons why I'm asking is if somebody thinks that they can come as an individual or it has to be a team. So what happens now?
It has to be a team, because if you look at the world, the global, the way IT works or technology works, nobody succeeds in silos.
Yes.
You know, so we believe in collaboration. That's the new competition. So you just have to work as a team. Again, we're also preparing them out for the world out there. You know, I've never seen any task or any process that have started or completed by one person. And now when you look at it from the multidisciplinary, you might see your things from the eyes of just a cybersecurity expert. Another person will see it from the eyes of a data protection, from data analyst, from engineering, even from the legal, psychological, but you know, all aspects. So that's why we are not just limiting it to people that have certain degree. So everybody, even if it is a language that you study, because you and I know there's nothing that doesn't strive on technology today.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
that's why it's open to everybody.
Okay, it is still the Quizard Show right here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. And if you're wondering where is the quiz, we have a bigger quiz, which is the code Code for Privacy Hackathon. And that is why we have two amazing techies right here in the studio to tell you how you can be part of the hackathon coming up. And honestly, if you ask me, the experience is priceless. And so a parent that is listening to us right now, you can actually ask questions if you have any questions about the hackathon, how your child can be part. If you are a school owner and you want your school to be part of it, which we'll be breaking it down for you in just a moment. But if you have any questions, you can send them as a WhatsApp message or a text message on 090-9705-4450. That is 090-9705-4450. And if you want to call us in the studio, we are live on 090-8766-8888. That is 090-8766-8888. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to see our guests live in the studio, please, you can go to YouTube and Facebook at Eagles with an S, Eagles FM Abuja, and drop a comment there and they will get to find out. Okay, so if you want to call, you can go ahead and call while we have the conversation. If you want to know how you can enroll, and please, young people, you need to ask daddy and mommy, okay? But I'm sure that this is something that your parents will be excited for you to be part of. Now, let's talk about if schools want to register tech clubs and all of that. What is the enrollment process?
All right. So, like my colleague Emmanuel said, it's open to teams of 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Just before we continue, let me drop the website for registration. And on this website, you can also get all the information you need to get about the competition. So the website is www.hackathon, HACKATHON, hackathon.isakaabuja.org. So that's hackathon.isakaabuja.org. So when you go on that website, you know, it will invite you to be part of the Code for Privacy Hackathon. You find out what kind of skills are we looking for? What can you expect from this competition? And then you'll see a sheet for you to sign up. So if you're the owner of a school and you have like a tech club and you want your students to participate in the event, so the way it works is that the team lead, so when you form a team, there needs to be a leader. Okay. So that goes into that collaboration that we were talking about. You want to form a team, the team leader has to fill the form online. So he or she has to fill the form, put his name, his email address, his phone number, and you see all the details there. And then he has to fill the form also for all his teammates. And then it's, you know, you submit the application. When you submit the application, you should get a confirmation that you have, you know, we've received your application. Yes. And when we receive those applications by 31st of May, we will start reviewing the applications, and then we'll start sending congratulatory messages to all those that have been enrolled in the competition.
Okay. How much time do we have before the hackathon? Maybe somebody is listening like, I'll register in the next 2 weeks. How much time do we have?
We don't encourage procrastination. Procrastination is a different time.
Exactly.
So actually, the application will close by May 31st. So
there's no time.
Basically have a week.
Yes.
Yeah, to, you know, but, you know, people like you can also help us reach out and create more awareness so that students will register.
I would love to show a team Quizat. Okay, so you can have a team Quizat. You can we dash you the name. You can actually.
A team, actually.
Yes. So what does it take to actually?
You know, you can go to your alma mater, your former school, encourage students, you know, to participate. You know, because the programs are going to be virtual.
Yes.
You know, because it's not just limited to Nigerians.
Yes.
We also have Africa, you know, irrespective of where you are. So I know one of the challenges students are facing today is data.
Yes.
You know, access to data, access to internet. So that's why we're calling individuals and Nigeria startup companies, tech companies, anybody, all the world, meaning Nigerians to come to their aid, you know, to be a sponsor, you know, provide all those necessary infrastructure that will be able to help the students be at their best
Does it?
throughout the stage.
Does it cost me anything to be to enroll apart from
No,
filling
no,
the
it
form?
does not. You're not going to pay anything.
So it's actually
actually
free.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it's
free
So
to
that's what we
register.
are calling on meaning Nigerians
Yes.
to come. You know, so that we will leave it open to
Yes.
everybody, irrespective of where you're coming from, your location or the challenges
Yes.
you're having. You know, I mean, if you can have your team and get them to have constant data to listen to all the trainings that will plan for them, because
Yes.
they have to be trained first before they go into the development. And again, we don't just want it to end there, like my colleague Chidera said. You know, it's something that we can actually incubate and see how it can also be upskill. You know, at the end of the day, we are grooming young innovators.
That's right.
That will take the world.
Okay, so
Tech
I
industry.
I don't want to ask all the questions that the students are supposed to be asking, but before that, you can ask a question, okay, and you can drop a comment on Eagles FM Abuja on Facebook and YouTube. You can also drop your comments on questions on 09097 054450 09097 054450. Now, one of the things that I would love to know, and students, you should listen to this. What are you expecting? What qualities are you expecting to see from a winning team?
Well, the very first one is we need to see that you have a willingness to actually, be part of this competition.
Yeah.
Because it's very important for us to have willing participants. You're not just coming to the competition just for the fun of it,
Yeah.
right? So we need to also see commitment. We need to see that you are committed to, coming up with solutions. You're committed to executing. You're committed to showing up for the webinars. You're committed to doing the assignments, the projects, and that you're committed to working as a team. It is so important to work as a team.
Yeah.
And in terms of the skill sets that you need to have, honestly, when people hear about this competition, they always say, "Oh, but I don't know how to code."
Yeah.
Well, that's where the team comes
Yes.
in. Last year, we had some people who, have different skill sets.
Yeah.
We had this team that, all of them were in social
Social
sciences.
psychology,
Yeah, social sciences,
Even
psychology.
the winners were medical students.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness!
Yeah.
Yes.
only one side.
So don't
Yeah.
just think, oh, I need to know how to code.
Yes.
I know the name says code for privacy, but coding is a lot more than just
Yeah.
doing the technical stuff on your computer. We need people who are creative. You need to be able to think outside the box. And that's where these webinars come in. The more knowledge you get about this subject matter, the more you're going to get ideas.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of exposure. So even if you don't know how to code, apply. Even if you don't know how to speak in public, apply. You will learn. If you don't know how to work as a team, get your team together. Apply. We will teach you teamwork skills as well. So whatever discipline you're from, you're a law student, medical student, social sciences, mass communication, psychology, farming,
Yes.
agriculture,
Yes.
whatever discipline, as long as you're studying in the university, this opportunity is for you. And don't think, oh, I don't stand a chance of winning.
Yeah.
It's all about winning.
It's not all about winning. It's about the experience. I mean, you can always say, I was part of a hackathon once upon a time. It is a useful experience to have. We've been working with so many volunteers as part of planning this hackathon. And a lot of them kept saying, oh, I have skills, I have social media skills, but I don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, just try. And then there were these two ladies, they were so shy. And at the end of the day, they came up with such beautiful social media content. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
I mean, one of them even got her friends to feature in the video.
Wow.
The other one, she just showcased herself talking and looking straight at the camera. She wasn't reading from any speech. She did an excellent job.
Beautiful.
So these are all people who came in
On the social media and just write, I have registered, and we will give you a shout out and thank you for registering.
All right, so the social media handles. On LinkedIn, you can check Isaka Abuja. Isaka, ISACA-ABUJA, Isaka Abuja. On X, it's also Isaka Abuja. Now, we're doing this competition in collaboration with the Nigeria Data Protection Commission. And their social media page is NDPC. So NDPC on LinkedIn, NDPC NGR on X. And you can also visit our website. Remember, that is ISACA, that is hackathon.isacaabuja.org. So anywhere you see NDPC or you see ISACA Abuja, you're definitely going to find information about this hackathon. There's also a number out there that you can call, and the number is 090 63 42 9440.
090
090 63 42 9440. So if you're having any challenges registering, you need help, you need to talk to someone. Maybe you've already registered your team of 3, and then one person's saying, oh, I won't be available, and you want to substitute, you don't know if it's possible. Please reach out to that number, will help you sort those issues out.
Yes.
You're trying to register online and maybe the network is bad, you want to register physically, you can definitely call that number, and then someone will be happy to enroll you, you know, physically.
Yeah.
You're having any challenges at all with the registration, you can always call that number. We're happy to help. We just want to make sure that you're able to onboard successfully.
Now, if you can prove it, because Quiz Art Show, on this show, we always give prizes to students who win. Now, I'm just, as she was talking, the spirit in me.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Said I should tell you. Register and send your proof of registration and you get a recharge card. Yes. If you register today, if it is tomorrow, I'll tell you thank you very much. But if you register today, okay, register today, get your team, call your classmates if you can, okay, and just agree. You know those sharp students in your class, and register today and send me a screen grab of your registration, okay? Even if you've started the process, send it to me. Let me see it. Miss Dell and Miss Joan are in the studio, and you will get your recharge card. 090 97 05 4450. That is 090 97 05 4450. So even if you're going to collect daddy's phone or mommy's phone and register it, we'll give them back their data, okay? Because we'll have recharge card to give it back. So we need to remind the students the process and what they will be getting at the end of the day. Let's start with you, Mr.
Okay,
Emmanuel.
so the process is very simple. Go to our website, www.isacaabuja.org, or our social media handles at LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and X. You know, form your team. Your team can be from anywhere, anybody, your classmates, your coursemate, your friends, your neighbors, your siblings, anybody that you know have something to add. You know, you just come as you are, and you will have a lot of.
There's a lot to learn.
From
Yes.
the whole experience, opportunity to network, opportunity to gain experience, you know, and also opportunity to see the real world. You know, most students now, what they learn is more or less theory. But participating here will give you a practical experience of the whole thing, you know, which will also make you a better student.
That's right.
You know, and also put you an edge above your contemporaries or your peers.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
And let me also add, the entire competition is virtual.
Yes.
Everything is happening online. So you don't need to be worried, oh, do I need transport money to go somewhere? No, come on. I mean, we're in the tech, you know, age.
Yes.
So everything is going to be done virtually. Everything is done online. When you have your webinars are online. You have your presentations, they're online. So we're going to be making use of resources on the Google Workspace. We're going to use Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Meets. You know, everything is going to be online, and this is why we're calling on sponsors and partners. It is so important. Now that everything is going to be online, that means we're going to need a lot of commitment from organizations in terms of sponsorship and in terms of partnership. So if you can partner with us and say, okay, I'm going to provide airtime so that these students can have internet access, that is an invaluable support that you're giving to us. If you say, oh, you have more than the airtime, you want to give us money, please give us money, because we
Exactly.
need money to run this competition.
Yeah.
We're changing lives, we're making impact. So anyhow that your organization can help, we are open to receive that help.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, so this is where we have Madam Chidiman, Mr. Emmanuel are leaving the studio. But you know what? The offer still stands. If you register, we will take the site once more before we take a break. But if you can register today and send the proof that you have registered for this hackathon on from the social media or the site, you get to win a recharge card today.
All right. So the website is www.hackathon.isakaabuja.org. So that's www.hackathon.isakaabuja.org.
All right. So this is where we stop. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for
And we
having
look
us.
forward to having lots and lots of you. Okay. So we're going to run to the social media and check. You can either drop it there that you've registered if you have any questions, or you can call this number if you're stuck anywhere, and there will be help. Okay. 090-6242-9440. Let me take it again. This is for the hackathon, okay? For the hackathon competition, if you have any issues, you can call 090-6342-9440. Now, if you want to send us a proof that you have registered, then you send your you just screenshot your acknowledgement, and then send it to myself and Ms. Joan in the studio on 090-9705-4450. It is still the Quiz Art Show right here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We will be right back.
Things they happen for our community,
Now I can recoup back all the money I have spent on this ad